We're gonna start with a stand. So meet me in Tadasana. Palms are gonna be by the side. And for just a moment, close your eyes and just begin to tap into the body, tap into the mind. Just notice what it is you're carrying here to the mat. See if there's anything that you can guide to the side just for this 30-minute practice. Remembering that it will still be there after this practice if you need to pick it back up. And then on the next inhale, you can open your eyes, lift the shoulders up. Use the exhale to let the shoulders draw back and down. So big inhale, lift them up, and maybe as they drop down, you sigh out of the mouth. Let's do that 3 more times. Maybe incorporating the elbows into the movement. 1 more. And then drop them by the side. Bring the chin to the chest. Take 1 big round of breath into the back of the neck. Inhale. Exhale, drop the right ear to the right shoulder. Give the head a little nod, stretching the left side of the neck. When you find that sweet spot that wants to hold everything, I want you to pause there. Maybe extend the left arm down to the ground ever so slightly more. Take 2 rounds of breaths into that space in the neck. Using the exhale to encourage just a little bit of release. Big breath in. Exhale, chin to chest, left ear to left shoulder. Same thing, give your head a little nod. So taking as much time as needed to find that one spot. Maybe there's 2 spots, and if so, pause one place for 1 breath and the other for another breath. Maybe reaching the right fingertips down towards the earth. Stay rooted through both feet. Big breath in. Exhale, chin to chest. Draw a full circle in one direction. And then pause in the middle, full circle in the other direction. Chin to chest, inhale, lift gaze, lift arms. Exhale, fold over to the right, stretching the left side body. Really push the left hips forward, staying rooted, keep the pelvis over the feet, staying rooted in both sides of the feet. And then inhale, rise up, exhale, other side. And so the temptation as we lean to the left is just to let the hips just hang over to the right and therefore get really heavy in the right leg. I want you to think about staying equally rooted in both legs, both feet. 1 more time. Inhale, rise up. Go ahead and reach up towards the sky, lengthening through the spine. Exhale, fold to the right. Maybe the head comes up. Maybe that top shoulder opens so that the center of the heart lifts up towards the sky. 1 more round of breath. Inhale, rise up, reach up through the spine. Exhale, other side. Inhale, rise up, exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway rise, hands to shins or to ankles or fingertips to the ground. Exhale, forward fold. 2 more times, halfway rise, find length through the spine, navel to spine. Exhale, release. 1 more, inhale, halfway rise. Exhale, forward fold. And go ahead and walk yourself down into a forearm plank, clasping your hands. I'm going to shift the screen down so you can see. So we're going to clasp the fingers around each other like so, coming into a plank on our forearms. And then with your knees are going to be straight, but then I'm going to have you bend the knees so that they're hovering over the ground. Inhale, lift them up, activate through the quads. Exhale, hover. Inhale, lengthen. Do that for 10, 9, 8. Keep the ribs tied together. Keep the navel to the spine. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, pause. We're gonna rock the hips to the right, and then back to center, over to the left. So you're swiveling on the tiptoes. We have about 20 here, 10 on either side. If you start getting into your mind, your brain, your thoughts start to tell you that you can't do this, that it's too much, I want you to breathe through it. I want you to remind yourself how strong you are and how able you are. Let's go for 10, 9, 8, gaze down, lengthen the neck, release the pressure from the shoulders. 4, 3, 2, 1, back to center. Lift the hips up, walk the feet forward, finding your dolphin pose. So this is like a down dog. You can walk your dog out a little if you want. You can rock the hips side to side, finding just a little bit of stretch through the back of the body and through the hamstrings. And then here we go, getting into our dolphin push-up. These are my favorite for strengthening all through the delts. So on the inhale, we're gonna shift forward, butt is still gonna kind of be up in the air. Exhale, lift the hips back up, dolphin. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, back up. So you're moving through the shoulder sockets. The tricep part, upper part of the arm is moving forward and back. Continue for 10, 9, 8, switch the clasp of the hands, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release down to the knees, child's pose, or come onto the belly. Your choice. Find 5 rounds of breath wherever you decided to come. So y'all, we have that same round, just what we did, one more time. And maybe you're sweating already, and that's good. That's okay. That means the body's warmed up. That means you're ready to get into the headstands after a few other strengthening things. I feel like Sadie's looking at me like she wants to kill me. All right, so when you're ready, we're gonna come back up into our plank. Now, you can choose to have a little fun with it, and instead of clasping the hands, you can press the palms flat on the ground and think about tying the elbows towards each other. So coming into your plank, gaze down, lengthening the back of the neck. Inhale, hover the knees, exhale, straighten. Inhale, hover, exhale, straighten. As you straighten those knees, really think about squeezing muscle to bone all throughout the quads and the knees. Go for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause. And then we're gonna rock. Hips to the right, center, hips to the left. If you decided to bring palms flat, you'll notice that that's a lot harder on the forearms. On the triceps more so. You can breathe through it, you can stay there, you can trust your strength and just be with it, or maybe come back to clasping the hands. You might pick up the pace a little bit, rocking the hips. We're gonna go for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Keep breathing in and out of the nose. 2, 1. Woo! If you need to take a momentary break, take it. Otherwise, find your dolphin. One more round of dolphin push-ups. So again, you can keep the palms flat if you're really liking that tricep work, or clasp your hands to get more into the shoulders. Here we go. If you had your hands clasped in one direction the whole time, switch so that the opposite thumb is on top. So finding balance in the body. So inhale, hover, exhale, push back up. We have 10. So I've already done this whole sequence for one round today. So trust me, I'm feeling your pain. Let's go for 3, 2, 1. Hold up, breathe. For 5 breaths, maybe walk the feet a little bit closer to the elbows. Y'all have got this. Relax through the face. 2, 1. Lower the knees, come to the belly. Woo, good work, y'all. So we are about halfway through this practice. Y'all have done great. Go ahead and bring one side of the face to the mat. Palms by your side, face up. Let the hips just sway side to side. You can bend the knees if you like and let the feet windshield wiper side to side. Just feel your heart beating against the earth. Feel your body breathing itself. Without you having to do anything, your body just knows exactly what to do. Good. And then bring the palms, with the palms face up by your hips, we're gonna find locust pose. Tie the feet and thighs together. Inhale, lift the head. Keep the gaze forward. Lift the arms. Think about tying the shoulder blades together. And then we're gonna pulse up for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Think about squeezing hands to the body. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release. You can stack hands and rest forehead on the palms. Let the hips rock side to side one more time. And then back to center. Same thing, locust, only this time with feet tied together. We're gonna lift the chest and head, lift the arms. You can clasp hands behind you if you like, and then lift the feet up. But keep the feet and thighs tied together. Gazing down to keep the back of the neck long so that we're not putting unnecessary pressure in our shoulders or neck. Breathing in and out of the nose. Maybe finding that ujjayi breath if you haven't already, the slight constriction at the base of the throat. For 2 more rounds of breath, maybe you lift ever so slightly higher, just because you can. On the exhale, release, opposite cheek to the mat. Let hips rock side to side or just stay in stillness. I forgot my water earlier. Let's see. Ooh, all right. I'm sweating. I don't know about y'all. We're gonna come up to a standing when you're ready. Come up in whatever way it makes sense to you. You can come into a half forward fold, fold forward, come up to stand, or just push yourself up. And then I'm gonna have you bring your feet so that they're wide on the mat, preparing for goddess pose, but I won't face away from you, I'll face towards you. Let your toes face towards the corners of the mat. And then on the inhale, we'll lift our arms out and up, and on the exhale, palms forward, guide knees to pinkies. Inhale, rise up, squeeze thighs together. Exhale, lower opposite hand in front. We'll continue for about 10 rounds. If you feel okay in the balance, you can close the eyes and just tap in here to your inner strength. This is goddess pose, so maybe you tap in to your innermost goddess. Like that highest, most beautiful and truest version of yourself. What does that feel like? 2 more. Next time you're squatted down, stay there. Cactus the arms. Lift right heel, lean to the right, extend left arm along left ear. Inhale back to center. Exhale, lift left, tap left elbow, extend right arm along the right ear. Keep doing that. Inhale to center. Exhale to extend. Really stretch through that whole side of the body. Think about straightening the elbow if you can. So really complete the cycle. We just have one more on either side. Y'all got this. Back to center. Here's the fun part. Lift the heels. Woo! Maybe just breathe out through the nose and let that pain go. If you're pain, no good. But if you're in discomfort, if you just be there, you can be there. You're strong. You're resilient. We're doing it together. 3 more breaths. See where you can relax. Let the shoulders drop down the back. Let the jaw release its hold. Woo, release the heels. Inhale, rise up. Palms down to heart. One hand on the heart, one hand on the belly. Close the eyes or just find a soft, steady gaze. And just be for a moment. Just come back. Now we're doing amazing. Go ahead and find a squat, Vilasana. So letting the feet, the toes point out, hands to heart center. So we came to this one the last 2 classes for Bakasana or crow pose. We're gonna do it again because it's fun. Inhale, push up through the heels, lift up, open the heart, lift the gaze up. So I'll back up so y'all can see. On the exhale, squat down, the lion's breath. Inhale, push into the heels, open the heart, gaze up. Exhale. This is a really good way to release toxins, to release stress. 3 more rounds. We don't have to be together. Last one. Nice. Come on to the butt. All the way to the back. Now we get into the lower abdominals. Here we go. Lift the legs up. Palms by your side, face down. We're gonna lengthen through the legs, push up through the heels. On the exhale, lower a third. Inhale, lengthen, exhale, lower a third. Inhale, lengthen, exhale a third to hover, and then crisscross for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, lift, exhale, hover. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale, hover. Low back still pushing into the ground, crisscross. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Back up 1 more round. So the low back pushing into the ground the whole time. Good, inhale, lift up. Fingers towards the toes, lift shoulders and head. See if you can tap the fingertips. Of course, not likely, but it's the idea. So we're lifting, maybe even lifting the top of the back of the ribs. Keep breathing. This is where it really helps to push the breath out of the mouth. 10 more. 4, 3, 2, 1. Ooh, lower down, hug. Knees to chest, you might rock side to side, and already you've done it all. So you should give yourself a pat on the back. Be proud of the hard work that you've put forth towards yourself already. We'll rock up and down along the spine a few times. This is my favorite, finding a nice massage along the spine. You might see if you can prevent the toes from tapping the ground. So finding that balance along the sacrum. 1 more time. All the way through. Here we go. Okay, so we're coming on to our forearms. I'm going to demonstrate where we're going. If those of you who don't have a headstand practice at all, and you do want to try kicking up, I recommend coming to a wall so that you can kick up to your back against the wall. At the same time, if you've never done this, you might really like to just focus on bringing the hips above the feet, the hips above the head, like so, and just walking them closer, and that will develop your strength to then eventually lift the feet. Ooh, I wasn't ready. Up. Okay. Now, what we're doing with the hands, that was a little sloppy. So that's why we don't go into it too fast. Hands clasped just like they were earlier. But here's the trick, so that the pinkies don't get in the way. You really want them to come towards the back. So if you had like a bun like I do, it would come right around the bun. You might even lower the bun a little bit. We're putting this part of our head, so right along the hairline, that's the part that's going to the mat, not the crown of the head, because that puts too much pressure on the neck. So when we put our head here and we support ourselves with our forearms, that really lets our shoulders do the work rather than our neck. So I'm going to demonstrate one more time, this time a little bit slower. If you know where you're going, then go ahead and get into it. So clasping the hands, letting the cup of the hand hold basically the crown of my head, a little bit behind the crown. Bringing the hairline of my forehead to the ground, bending my knees. So this is where we were earlier, basically, in dolphin. Walking the feet further, keeping the elbows tied into each other. Maybe I stay here, or maybe one foot lifts. And if you're doing that with one foot lift, then you just switch out. Maybe that other foot can slowly lift. Now here's other option. Maybe you lift up so that just hips are over the shoulders, but the knees stay tucked into the chest. That's really the best option if you're just starting this out. Ooh, I'm a sweaty mess and coming close to the camera. My goodness. Beautiful. Mary Lawrence, yes. Now squeeze those thighs together, push away from the forearms. Sadie, you are a baller. Oh my God. Ashley, look at you. Now, for those of you who have it and you're like, whoa, I'm rocking this, you might see about tapping one toe down to the ground and then the other. If you want to play with that little toe touch thing, so that's a really good lower belly strengthener. If you want to play with that, you don't know what I'm talking about, you can look up here. So if you're up, both legs are extended, you might, keeping both legs extended, keeping muscle pulled into bone, tap one toe, and then see how slowly you can rise back up to then tap the other toe. So talk about using every muscle in the body for that one. Y'all are warriors. Now, Megan, I don't know how much of a practice you have in forearm stands, but if you feel good there and you want to play with pushing up into your forearm stand, that's when it's even if barely any, you can just start to get the sensation of letting the head lift off the hands. So I'm still there. I'm not yet push up in the full forearm stand from headstand. But there's a sensation when you push away from the forearms ever so slightly more, the head, it's like the hands aren't even supporting the head. There's like a little, maybe a centimeter. And that's when you really feel the muscles in the shoulders working. Y'all are doing awesome. We're just gonna take about 3 more breaths doing what you're doing. Slowly begin to work your way out. Come into a resting posture, maybe child's pose, maybe just kneeling. And when you're ready, we're gonna come onto the back. So take your time, but eventually work your way in that direction. No matter what you accomplished, how far you came, know that you did amazing. Just because you came, just because you tried, you did it. You did the practice. And you are surely going somewhere because of it. Go ahead and hug the knees to the chest. And then let the knees drop to the left. Right knee stacks on top of left knee. You can use that left hand to guide a deeper stretch. If you like the back bend, you can let the palm face up so that the right shoulder lifts off the ground a little bit. If you want to stretch through the front of the shoulder, let the right palm be down so that that shoulder externally rotates and it can be flat on the ground. Just one more breath here. Good, inhale back to center, knees back to chest. Over to the other side. You might readjust the hips towards the left so that you get a deeper stretch through the outside of the left hip. Just breathe, just be. You might notice how you feel different in the body or mind compared to when you first came onto the mat. Inhale back to center. Exhale, go ahead and find your resting posture. So Shavasana, also known as corpse pose. This is the place where we come just to let it all be. Allowing the body to find stillness so that you can begin to then just allow that inner subtle body to begin to awaken and come to the surface. You might just notice the body breathing itself. Notice the sensations that are within and around you. Scan your body and see if there's any way that you can relax ever so slightly deeper. If there's anything else that can be dropped. Take a big breath in. And notice the sensation of getting filled up in the best sense. And then on the exhale, notice what it feels like just to let it all release. And as you continue to come back to the breath, see if you can allow the movement in the body to follow that energy from within. So moving from within rather than starting from the body. Eventually extending the arms along the ears. Rolling over to the right side, cradling the head with the arm, knees to chest. So coming from corpse pose to fetal pose, signifying that each time that we come to our mat, it's an opportunity to restart, an opportunity to reassess how we've been doing things, how we think, how we talk to ourselves, and decide if when we push up, we want to do it just a little bit differently. When you're ready, push yourself up to a seat. Palms together, heart center. Bringing all of that consciousness, presence, and love right back to the center of you. And together, we'll take a final breath in through the nose. Let it all go. Thank y'all so much for practicing with me. I'm so grateful for each and every one of you. Namaste.